My main problem with the loathsome Matt Hancock being on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is that thanks to Matt Hancock and his chums, millions and millions of people in Britain and around the Western world have spent the last 3 years living in a bloody awful reality show, I'm a non-celebrity, get me out of here. But there is no way out of here. It's a reality show with no season finale. Matt Hancock got a little too non-socially distanced with his quote-unquote aide and wound up getting voted off the cabinet, but the rest of his ilk are determined to make I'm a non-celebrity, there's no way out of here the new normal. In case you haven't noticed, daily life is getting more and more like I'm a Celebrity. Lockdown is basically the big budget version of the show, where instead of just finding a little corner of the outback to keep you holed up in, they just turn the whole of Australia into a prison. All the things they do on I'm a Celeb, they want to force you to do in perpetuity. The new diet that Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, the Irish government, the Dutch government, the Canadian government, that nice young lady from Peter who was on with Nigel half an hour ago, the new diet that all those nice people want you to eat is basically the menu straight out of I'm a Celebrity's bush tucker trials. Green ants, cockroaches, crickets, mealworms. The new money and your access to it will be straight out of I'm a Celebrity's digital dingo dollars, to which access depends on you performing the tasks you're assigned, just like on I'm a Celebrity. We will also have immunity challenges, where you agree to weaken your immune system in return for keeping your job or getting a week at your beach condo in Spain. If you're a fan of that show, you'll know that medic Bob McCarran has retired after 20 years, and he's going to be replaced by an unseen medic, just like your nice old family doctor has been replaced by an unseen and unseeable GP in the NHS. Matt Hancock and his chums have turned much of the planet into I'm a non-celebrity, get me out of here, and they have no plans to stop now. Yeah, it doesn't grow on you, does it? That's Matt Hancock and Therese Coffey boogieing, which is also not a sentence I ever thought I'd find myself uttering. If there were a poll asking who are the two people on the planet you would least like to see boogieing, I'm pretty confident that Matt and Therese would win it in a clean sweep. Nevertheless, my problem with Hancock is not that he's doing some stupid reality show, but that he's imposed its crappy format on the rest of us. Meanwhile, some of us prefer the exciting new reality show, I'm an Albanian, Get Me Into Here, in which every night the crack game show impresarios of the Royal National Lifeboat Institution ferry 1,000 game young male asylum seekers into the world's largest asylum, the United Kingdom, to see if they can survive for the next half-century or so until their application is heard. They have to live on a diet of simple, basic foods from the room service menu at the Grade 2 listed Stoke Rochford Hall in Lincolnshire. And instead of, that's where they have to eke out their bush tucker in the conservatory there. And instead of dingo dollars, they have to earn rishi riches by agreeing to perform exciting challenges like taking your free mobile down to the local primary school and live streaming the playground break back to the other lads. Do you know Robert Jenrick? I hope I got that right. Me neither. I don't know him at all. But he's a Minister of State at the Home Office, and the Spectator is tipping him as the guy who'll be taking over from Suella Braverman when the PM fires her next Tuesday. This Jenrick chap was on Sky today and not entirely on message with his nominal boss, the Home Secretary. Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick asked about Braverman's invasion remarks, clearly unimpressed by Home Secretary's choice of words. In jobs like mine, you have to choose words carefully, and I would never demonize people in search for a better life. Unquote. Oh, wait, what's that I hear? Oh, it's a faint pre-echo of the Tory vote falling to statistically undetectable levels at the next election if Mr. Jenrick continues to be allowed out in public. You sanctimonious nincompoop. It's precisely because in jobs like yours you have to choose words carefully that you shouldn't sentimentalise public policy. Immigration is a public policy like any other, just like highways, just like schools, like anything. It's supposed to operate to the benefit of the people who are already here. Now, this Twit Jenrick statement is true to this extent. People in search of a better life. Remember what he said, because that's a sentimentalized way of acknowledging that they're not genuine asylum seekers, they're not genuine refugees, they're economic migrants. They want a better life. So what parts of the UK economy are they hoping to make their, quote, better life in? Albanian men now make up about 60% of the nightly dinghy traffic. Do they run Albanian restaurants, Albanian dry cleaners, Albanian software developers? No, but Albanians now run the cannabis and cocaine trade in every corner of this kingdom. You fool, Jenrick. That's a much better life. They can make far more money running the coke trade in the UK than they can back in the Balkans. They also run the highly lucrative sex trade in London, and that's a much more lucrative sex trade than in Tirana. And in London, it's serviced by girls from the human trafficking business, which they also run. Prostitution, human smuggling, drug dealing. It's certainly a better life for them, in Mr. Jenrick's idiotic words, but not so much for His Majesty's Treasury, because they don't pay taxes. And they're shipping hundreds of millions of pounds back to Albania every year. Robert Jenrick is a fool and a dissembler, so naturally he's being tipped as the next Home Secretary.